Well, heavy rains are expected to hit parts of the SADC region in the coming days, with a warning about the newly formed tropical Cyclone Freddy out in Mozambique. Authorities say the cyclone, which is currently over the Indian Ocean, is moving further inland. So let's get more on this and the weather forecast here at home with Lehlohonolo Thobela from the SA Weather Service. Lehlohonolo, good afternoon and thank you so much for your time. I mean, take us through Cyclone Freddy, quite concerning out in Mozambique, I understand.
Good afternoon and thanks for having me. Yes, we still have a Cyclone Freddy developing east of Madagascar. The system is expected to make landfall over Madagascar by Tuesday, and then I think that's when we wait to see how it rejuvenates itself as soon as it gets to the Mozambique Channel. And it's still the projections then sent out by the La Reunion that it might be making landfall over Mozambique on Thursday. That's when it gets to the central parts of Mozambique. And then if anything is to be influencing the country, would be in the northeastern parts of the country, where we expect some light showers and rain along the eastern parts of the Limpopo province.
So in other words, you're saying that we might see the effects or remnants of Cyclone Freddy also affecting South Africa and the borders within our country?
Not much directly as a position of the system. However, due to some moisture that would be taken over the northern part of the country, it might result into influencing some of the showers and rain that are expected early morning on Friday, mostly over the northern parts of Limpopo province on Friday morning.
Lehlohonolo, what are some of the risks of a dangerous storm surge such as Cyclone Freddy?
Well, much of it is mainly flooding, a lot of damaging winds, very strong winds that might cause some uproots of trees. Infrastructure may also be disrupted due to the number of water amounts that would get into the area, flash floods, and a lot of water content moving about areas. And I think people who know that tropical cyclone, once it makes landfall, it brings itself with a lot of energy and a lot of waters, as well as a high number of people may also be inconvenienced in sense of we've seen with the past experiences of tropical cyclones, some people it results in some death in some areas, depending on how impactful it is. But I think the main thing would be the strong damaging winds and the water that it brings about the system.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to also mention, the tropical cyclone category, where would you say Cyclone Freddy lies now? In which category?
It is classified as Category 5 as of this morning, and I think that's mainly because of the winds. I mean, if you look at what it propagates, it's moving west-southwest over the Indian Ocean, moving towards Madagascar, with winds being about 220 kilometers per hour, which then resulted in it being classified as Category 5. And then as the day persists, I'm sure it will start having more energy, which would result in the category going further, should it happen that it gets more energy and more wind strength, as well as the energy of it rotating faster.
Yeah, and just before I let you go, in terms of wind speed, where does it lie right now in terms of that speed?
I mean, it's still within 220 kilometers per hour. That is around 120 knots, and it's moving west-southwest from where it is along the Indian Ocean, and still expected to reach Madagascar by Tuesday. And what happens when the system makes landfall, it loses much of its energy as it makes an impactful landfall on the land, and then it starts off with its own energy when it gets to the warmer oceans around the Mozambique Channel, which then starts energy from the start, and then we see a different movement of how it will move. So right now the projections show that it will make landfall over Tuesday and then be about Madagascar for some time of the central part, and then it should make landfall around Thursday into Friday over the coastline of Mozambique.
Well, Lehlohonolo, thank you so much for this update. I'm sure the SA Weather Service will continue to give us regular updates as you continue to monitor the system. Weather forecaster Lehlohonolo Thobela, thank you so much for this update.